Hi boys and girls, this is your Language Arts e-learning lesson for Tuesday, May 12th. Let's take a look at grammar where we're going to be reviewing comparing with adverbs. This is page 250, comparing with adverbs. You know that you can use adjectives to compare people, places, or things. You can use adverbs to compare actions. Like adjectives, adverbs have special forms for comparisons. To compare two actions, add ER to most short adverbs. And to compare three or more actions, add EST to most short adverbs. So when you have one action, Amy will finish the book soon. It tells us when she'll finish. Soon, that's your adverb. With two actions, we're using that ER. Amy will finish sooner than Jessie will. And with three or more, we add EST. Amy will finish soonest of all. So just like with your adjectives, using ER when you're comparing two, EST when it's three or more. Rules for comparing with adverbs. Most short adverbs, you add ER or EST to the adverb. Over here we have late, later, latest. Early, earlier, earliest. Most adverbs of two or more syllables, you're going to use more or most with the adverb. Often, more often, most often. Quickly, more quickly, most quickly. So once again, your shorter adverbs, you'll be adding the ER and EST to them. And then adverbs that have two or more syllables, most often you will use more and most with them. Okay, now the adverb early does have two syllables, but it's one that we use the ER and the EST. Often has two syllables and we use more and most. Quickly has two syllables, we use more and most. So most times if the adverb has two or more syllables, you will use more or most with it. Okay, other times it's going to be ER and EST, and your shorter adverbs it will be ER and EST as well. All right, let's just take a quick look over here at the top of the page. Okay, use the correct form of the adverb in parentheses. The example, Matt lives blank to the pond than John does. Matt lives nearer to the pond than John does. Okay, in number 5, we're looking at using the adverb often. And so we have, does Adam swim blank than Barb does? Does Adam swim more often than Barb does? So we're using the more because we're just comparing two. Okay, and often is not one that we add ER to it. So does Adam swim more often than Barb does? Number 6, I get into the water blank of all my friends. Of all. Okay, the word is slowly, so it's going to be I get into the water most slowly of all my friends. Because again, now with adverbs, you have to remember that you don't knock off the ly. You're using the adverb with the ly on there. These are adverbs, not adjectives. If it has the ly, you're going to use it over here as well. So it's I get into the water most slowly of all my friends. Josh always swims blank than Kyle does. Again, we're just comparing two. The adverb is straight. So Josh always swims straighter than Kyle does. I do the side stroke blank than I do the crawl. The adverb is easily. Okay, we're comparing two things. I do the side stroke more easily than I do the crawl. Again, it's an adverb ending in that ly. You keep that ly on there. Number 9, Arlene dives blank of all the swimmers. The adverb is skillfully, and of all the swimmers, that's more than two, so you say most skillfully. Arlene dives most skillfully of all the swimmers. Tom swam blank than I did in the race. Again, still just comparing two. The adverb is swiftly, so because you're comparing two, you would say more. Tom swam more swiftly than I did in the race. Of everyone, Alex swam blank. Okay, so of everyone, more than two, you have the adverb fast. Of everyone, Alex swam fastest. Number 12, Gail and Beth stayed in the water blank of all. Of all meaning more than two, long, so we can use longest. So remember with these shorter adverbs, you can use the ER and the EST. When you have these longer adverbs that end with the LY, you're going to keep those adverbs written that way with the LY, and you're going to use either more or most with it. Okay, so I get into the water most slowly of all. I do the side stroke more easily than I do the crawl. Arlene dives most skillfully of all. Tom swam more swiftly than I did. Okay, so again, you need to remember these longer adverbs. You're going to keep them written the way they are, and you're going to use more or most with them. It's the shorter ones where you typically would add the ER or EST. All right, so now today what I need you to work on is page 124 in your workbook, page 124, comparing with adverbs. Read the chart to discover some interesting facts about certain kinds of animals. Then write adverbs that compare to complete the sentences below. Let's take a look. We have animals that jump high, and then they tell us the height that each of these animals jump. The thoroughbred horse, 8 feet, a hare, 7 feet, a cat, 6 feet, puma, 23 feet, koala, 10 feet, tiger, 13 feet. And you see that for each of these categories. The next category is animals that have a long lifespan, and then they give you the number of years, and animals that run fast and the number of miles per hour that they run, and the animals that move slowly and the number of feet that number of feet per hour that these animals travel. Okay, so down below now you're going to complete these sentences based on the information that you're given here. So of all the animals, the cheetah runs what? Well, we're talking about running, so let's take a look at where it lists the running, animals that run fast. So of all the animals, okay, we're talking about the cheetah. If you take a look at the cheetah compared to the animals listed, you see that the cheetah runs fastest of all, okay, because it's of all, meaning you're going to use either most or EST depending on the adverb that you use. And here you can say, of all the animals, the cheetah runs the fastest. Okay, so fastest, F-A-S-T, E-S-T, of all. It is the fastest. Okay, we could say, just the opposite here, looking at the camel. Of all the animals, the camel runs what? The slowest. Okay, the camel runs slowest. All right, so you get the idea that in order to fill in the adverbs that are missing here in these 8 sentences, you need to refer back to the information that's given in this chart. Okay, all right, in addition to your grammar work for today, Wordly Wise. Wordly Wise is the closure, which is your worksheet for lesson 15. So you have the closure worksheet for lesson 15 today to complete. Spelling today, you have pages 115 and 116. That's 115 and 116, which is spelling in context. The name of the story is Food for Thought from Channel 5. Okay, and then please don't forget that it also has the challenge yourself where you need to write in the correct spelling word that goes with each of these sentences. Okay, so you have the grammar workbook, page 124, Wordly Wise closure worksheet, the 2 pages in your spelling using the words in context. And then in Fever today is the last little bit that you have to read, which is the epilogue. And the epilogue sort of just kind of fills you in after the story, takes place. So please make sure that you read that. Okay, and as always, if you have any questions or you need my help, you know where to find me, and please make sure that you do reach out to me so I can help you out. Okay, Have a good day, and I'll see you later in Zoom. Bye.